Now, the thing with carrots, okay, you can do a lot with carrots. At the moment, I'm going to go for this chunky type things, like sort of like wedges, you know, if you're doing. The reason for that is they look good. You know, it looks different when you have it on a plate. Look at that, big chunky, but it's going to be roasted. All right. And also with carrots, they just sort of shrink up. And you want it chunky because you don't want a little, you know, if you're doing a nice baked fish, that's what I'm about to do. You want chunky stuff to go with it, you don't want little fatty things. Now I think my sister and my brother-in-law, Les, they're over at the zoo with the kids now. And, you know, having a good time. Last time Jackie was up with the kids, we went to Chilli Tartans. That's great. If you're ever in New Zealand, go check it out. Now, you can Google Chilli Tartans, you'll find out what it's all about, but it's like SeaWorld, but it's underground, if you're in Australia, you know what I mean. Okay, it's world famous, so it's not just Chilli Tartans. Okay, now with my lemon, let me tell you about my lemon. Okay, you've got to have lemon in fish, otherwise it just doesn't taste right. Especially if you're baking, you've got to let the lemon taste come out of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up with stuff. Stuff meaning garlic, ginger, red onions. Red onions are great, nice and sweet. Okay, so there's my spring onions, red onion, ginger at the bottom, and garlic in there. Alright, okay, let's lay it down. You can use watercress, you've got plenty of watercress around. I would have used watercress, I saw some the other day, but didn't know what to do with it. See, now I know what to do with it if I thought about this baking. So, right, so we're going to use that. How does that look? Check that out. Alright, so I'm just going to lift that up again. You know why? Because I just realised I haven't put my masala down. Now we've got aniseed. Alright, what's going to happen is when it heats up, all the moisture is going to get into all this dry stuff. And when it's going to get into the dry stuff, its flavour is going to be released, right? Aniseed, cinnamon sticks, alright. What else we got here? We got cumin, coriander seeds. Just make a nice bed, alright. Just a nice lovely bed there. Okay, just turn it around for you guys to see a bit more. Just a bed, nothing else. Alright. Don't make it. I mean, it's not too hard. All you're doing is just chucking all this non-ground or unground or whole, whatever you want to call it. Just layer it on there. Don't be afraid to use it. Okay. The thing with food is flavoring. It's all about flavoring. If you don't like something, don't put it in there. Now, I'll put a drizzle of oil on there on the top. I know that's going to go underneath, but this is rice bran. Okay. Some of you going, why didn't I put it on the bottom? Well, I just forgot, right? Okay, in the end, it's just going to be food. Don't stress out too much. Cooking is easy stuff. I know people tell you it's hard stuff, especially blokes, man. Guys, it's easy. Come on. Do more of it. Okay, chuck the onions and garlic in there. Okay. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Or if you're going to fly, you'll be like, be very afraid. Okay, and with the lemons, lots of lemons. I love lemons, especially on fish. You gotta let it get in there. Just shove it in there. Now, I haven't put any salt or pepper in there, so what I want to do is get some chili flakes and some salt. The reason is I'm out of pepper. Right, chili flakes and salt. Right. Let's put a bit of, that's just a bit of flavouring. Don't put too much, you know. People are scared of chili. Okay, flakes, dry flakes, make your own at home or just buy them, alright? No big deal. Don't put too much if you don't like chili. I don't. I enjoy just a bit of chili, but not to freak myself out over. I've grown up in New Zealand, so, and from a young kid I never liked chili. Really nothing hot. This is paprika. I love paprika, right? You can just drown in paprika or your food and won't affect it that much. It's just a colour. Now you've seen me put some inside, in the guts of it all. Now let's get rid of salt. A bit of salt in there. Salt on top. Done. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the rest of this stuff on top. Alright, so that's on there. Let's get back with the rest of this. Some more of that masala, as I was saying. On top of that again, redo the parsley. Now what's going to happen is when the parsley starts, baking, it's going to release the moisture out of all the leaves and stuff, and that's going to allow the juices to stay, the fish to stay moist. All right. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do with this now, all right, is I'm going to seal it in foil. Okay, see that? You can't even tell what it is in there. It just looks like a green mess. But there's our fish. Okay, so I'm going to put it in there for 180. So I'm going to give it about half an hour and then just have a little prick at it and see what happens, see if it's cooked or not. But there's our fish. How easy was that? Okay, so you can use snapper, as I said, kahawai, whatever. I don't know what you guys have in America, mullet, bass, but there you go. England, oh, what do we have in England? Well, you got mullet, some whitefish maybe. If you got whitefish, use a bit more paprika. Alright, just going to pause here for a little bit and go and put the oven on 180. Alright, we're back. Now what we've got here is the foil around the fish. Okay, that's going to go in the oven. Okay, just letting it heat up a bit. Just leave it there to roast.